How to make any woman obsessed with you. Guys, the only way you can make women obsessed with you is to give them an emotional roller coaster. The reason why a lot of guys get in relationships and the girls get bored is because either you're always making her happy or you're always making her sad. Women are addicted to their emotions. She needs to experience jealousy. She needs to experience fear of loss. She needs to experience adventure, happiness, the whole 9 yards to be addicted to you. When she can rely on you to satisfy her cravings of varied emotions, that's when she'll be obsessed with you. When you can make a woman jealous by her seeing other women look at you, her seeing other women giving you attention, you stand on your purpose, you always keep being busy, you maintaining your looks. This is how you make any woman obsessed with you.
These are 3 ways how to make her obsessed with you, and this is very toxic. Number 1, make yourself less available. Be busy, focus on your work, but actually be busy though. Don't like pretend you're like busy and be like, oh no, I'm busy, I'm at work, but you're not, you're just sitting there not doing shit. So actually be busy. She's gonna text you. Once she texts you, don't respond, but later in the day. And you do this, she starts questioning herself. She wonders, why can I not get his attention? What is he doing so important that he's just not messaging me? You gotta think about it. Attention is a woman's currency. If you don't give it to them right away, they'll do anything to fight for your attention.
It's 2 a.m. in the morning. You've already turned over on your pillow 5 times, pretending to sleep. Suddenly, your phone lights up. You grab it so fast that you almost sprain your wrist. But no, it's not him, just a bank alert. And that useless WhatsApp group that never sleeps. Feeling disappointed, you sign, drop your phone. But your brain is still running like a gossip blog on Monday morning with so many questions. What is he doing? Where is he? Who is he with? Why hasn't he called me? What did I do wrong? Here is the thing. When a man knows this playbook, he doesn't just date you. He rents a space in your head for free. He builds a mansion and throws parties in your thoughts every night. And the scary part, you don't even know he's even playing you.
I'm addicted to this man. He like a drug to me. When he leave for so long, I start having withdrawals. Like, he my Xanax is low key. If I did meth, the nigga probably be my ice.
He was everything. What are you doing? Where are you going? Can I go? You're going again? Well, can I go with you? And it was really unhealthy. I got annoyed with him with how much I was obsessed with him. I think that's where the enemy allows himself in, because I wanted to know everything about him and everything that he was doing, that it turned into annoyance. Because if I wasn't his priority, but I was making him mine, I thought that he wasn't caring enough.
Tell y'all, my man so motherfucking fan to me. Like, I'm super obsessed. I don't even think he understands how obsessed I am. I love his smell, his walk from his head to his motherfucking bottom of his feet. I love everything about him. Like, I love him with all of me. Like, have you ever loved somebody with all of you? Like, you got somebody that you know he good for your man and your soul and your body. Baby, he don't even know he just signed a motherfucking life contract. Ain't no leave. I'm never leaving him. I'm never leaving him. I love him so bad. He make me feel so good. Y'all don't even know. Like, we is married. I done made us a marriage certificate and everything, y'all. Like, when I be filling out applications or anything that has to do with my name, I'm putting my first name in his last name.
Hello fam, how are you all doing? In today's video, I will be talking about how men leave women obsessed, their playbook, their antics, the strategies they use. Let's talk about the playbook men use to get women obsessed. When I say playbook, I'm not talking about romance movies or dating advice column. I'm talking about sets of strategies, be it subtle or calculated, that hooks a woman's emotion until she starts checking her phone like a slot machine. This video is focused on toxic men, not every man, toxic men. Men that do this know exactly what they are doing. They spark your curiosity, attach big emotions to their presence. They make you crave the next moment with them, even when they've been so cold to you. They also position themselves as the prize, so you will start working for them instead of the other way around. They do this not because they've always been evil masterminds. Sometimes it's instincts, sometimes it's learned. The areas I will be focusing in this conversation are the psychology of obsession, attachment theory basics, emotional hooks that men use, and examples of some celebrities that have either done this, that's the men, or experienced this, that's women experiencing this from men. Let's get started. Obsession isn't magic, it is biology. When you meet a man that is in a mission to leave you obsessed, that man is going to make you feel something. I'm not talking about you seeing him as cute. He's going to make you have that rush, emotional rush, that rush you feel when you have a strong feeling for someone, that feeling that makes you find yourself constantly smiling, always thinking about him. That right there is dopamine in action, the feel-good chemical lightening up your brain. Now, here is the dangerous part. That man doesn't just keep things steady. He gives you the highs and lows. With the highs, he gives you compliments, affection, intimacy, and then he pulls back. The magic has already been done. Suddenly, you find yourself chasing that high again. Your brain is now working overtime, waiting for the next hit. It's called intermittent reinforcement. This is exactly the same thing casinos use to keep people at the slot machine for hours. There is also the attachment theory. If you're someone that is naturally anxious in relationships, or you've been through abandonment before, it's going to be difficult for you to get out of it, because when he pulls you so close and gets away like a glue, you find yourself stuck. When you get stuck, you will start finding yourself wanting to fix it. Fix what is not broken. You'll be fighting, doing everything humanly possible to get it back to how it was at the beginning. It's all a gameplay.
Number 2, act like you're very interested in her. Ask her personal questions, spend quality time with her, and make her feel special. Once they're used to that attention, ghost her. Leave her on scene and just disappear out of nowhere. Once you do that, she's going to chase for your validation and she's going to be obsessed with you. And finally, number 3, don't ever compliment her. Don't compliment her face, her body, because you got to really think about it. Every other guy is going up to her and telling her how beautiful she is. He hears this every single day. Don't put her on a pedestal like every other guy. What you need to talk to her like you're talking to an ugly girl. I know it sounds fucked up, but hear me out. How many times have you been in a conversation with a girl that you're not interested in? And you're so nonchalant, you're chilling, but they end up liking you for some reason. And you always ask yourself, why is it that the girl that I want doesn't like me, but the girl that I don't want likes me? How many times have you asked yourself that? Comment down below. The reason why you need to talk to these girls like you're talking to an ugly girl, because you're not putting these other girls that you don't want on a pedestal. And it makes them want you even more. You got to think about it. Girls want what they can't have. And if they can't have you, they're going to chase you.
Let's break it down further. How dopamine works in obsession in relationship. Like I said before, dopamine is a feel-good and reward chemical. Dopamine isn't exactly about pleasure. It's about anticipation and motivation. It's the brain's own way of saying, this feels good. Let's keep doing it. When you first meet someone and there's chemistry, exciting text, deep conversation, romantic gestures, your brain releases bursts of dopamine. That good feeling rush you feel, that's it. In healthy relationships, dopamine is released in steady, consistent doses. That's attraction growing into attachment. In manipulative or high dramatic situations, dopamine gets tied to unpredictable reward. This is the key in obsession. If a man is loving, attentive, and affectionate one moment and then distant or cold the next, your brain starts working harder to get back that good stage. The reward, which is the man's affection, becomes unpredictable, and that unpredictability increases dopamine release. Like I mentioned earlier, this is called intermittent reinforcement, the same psychological mechanism behind gambling addiction. The slot machine don't pay every time, but when they do, it's a big hit. So keep playing. That's the mindset. Here is why women crave men that are not good for them. It's the brain chasing dopamine. Dopamine is about pursuit more than reward. Your brain is chasing the high moments that made you feel amazing. The good times, the good moment that man brought to you. Even when the relationship is toxic, the emotional highs and lows lock you in a loop. When a man uses love bombing, hot and cold behavior, or high intensity emotional moments, he is essentially training your brain to release dopamine in connection to him. Over time, your brain links him with emotional high. Even when he's hurting you, you still crave his presence to get chemical rush again. Let's talk about the tactics, the emotional hooks men use to create obsession. We have love bombing, we have the intermittent reinforcement, we have playing into fantasy, conflict resolution cycles, making himself the prize. Let's have a look at some female celebrities that fell victim for this. Some male celebrities were accused of doing this, and a particular male celebrity confessed to using this to make himself feel good. Jennifer Coolidge, big career regret over love. Here's a confession from her. Jennifer Coolidge, now 63, opened up about a pretty raw part of her journey in a new interview she had with Times. She let her obsession with unavailable men derail one of the most promising stretches of her career. At the peak of her momentum, roles in Legally Blonde, American Pie, and Zoolanders, she admits she stepped off her surfboard at the wrong moment. It was this incredible wave and my surfboard was there and I got on. Then I got off, she said. She owned it. I sabotaged myself. I wanted this guy that I was obsessed with. I went completely off track. It wasn't just one fling. I have huge regrets, she said. I was deeply depressed for a long time, she admitted. She even encouraged young people to stay on the wave when it comes. Don't pause the momentum, chasing something that won't hold up. She clarified that it wasn't just one guy, but multiple. She dated men who were emotionally unavailable or even hostile towards her. It was her longing for connection that knocked her off that path. She says, everyone wants certain things in their life at a certain time. I was trying to have a relationship with men who were unavailable. This her choice led to a real stall. Her career slowed for nearly 2 decades. She entered a period marked by depression, self-doubt, and relative obscurity.
Why is 63-year-old Jennifer Coolidge still obsessed with men in their 20s? The White Lotus team has set 3 hidden rules for her. First, the man she dates must be able to accept her success in the White Lotus. Just this one rule has scared many men away. Many men feel insecure because Coolidge is so successful, and they can't accept having a partner with greater achievements than their own. Coolidge has pushed these weak men out of her social circle, but this has caused her some trouble as well. Some younger men have tried to take advantage of Coolidge's success, and the naive Coolidge is often unaware of this. In an interview, she admitted that men have always been her weakness. She once met an interesting and loving man, but he cruelly mocked her flaws during their time together. This hurt Coolidge deeply. After that, she decided not to waste any more time on men like that. So she began indulging in short-term flings with younger men. Second, she cannot have children with a man. If she had children, her personality and mindset could change drastically. She's an extremely immature person, and she cannot force herself to grow just for the sake of a child. That would be a disaster. Moreover, life on set makes Coolidge feel like she's only 23 years old. The crew treats her like a young girl. Now she lives a reclusive life in New Orleans and reveals that she won't give up on finding true love.
Here is a story of love bombing. Brianna LaPaglia accused Zach Bryan of love bombing. Brianna revealed this on the BFF podcast that long after meeting Zach, just days into getting to know each other, he tattooed her name on his arms. She described this as immediate love bombing, an intense early phase of excessive affection that she later saw as emotional manipulation. Imagine having someone tattooing your name on their arm. She said the first month felt like he was the best guy she had met, but things switched up quickly, and what she initially thought was love exposed itself as manipulation. Post-breakup, Brianna accused Zach of emotional abuse, claiming he offered her $12 million and a New York apartment to sign an NDA and stay silent about their relationship. From her story, their connection began with grand gestures, tattoos, declarations, but as time went on, she painted a picture of escalating control, manipulation, and emotional volatility.
He manipulated the fuck out of me. Like, I truly thought he was this great dude because in the first 4 months of our relationship, that's who he showed me. That's what, like, I thought, that's who I fell in love with. I fell in love with this person that doesn't exist. The last year of my life has been like the hardest year of my life, like dealing with the abuse from this dude. And even on last week's episode, I like, I'm still scared right now because I'm like scared of him still. My brain's rewired. Like, I'm scared to make him mad. And last week, I didn't want to talk about it because I was scared. So I was like, yeah, we can just talk about this stuff that's public. And I still said, fuck your money. The women before me believe that they had no other choice than to take money from you, sign their experiences away, sign what they went through away. You get to go skip off and sing your little songs on stage like you're a good dude. You get to treat people around you like shit. Sorry, I'm not them. I don't want your money. I don't want in 2 years to buy a fucking house and think, oh, this is the money from the dude that literally fucking destroyed me and broke me for a year. I didn't sign the NDA. I didn't take the money because I'm not signing away my experiences and what I went through to protect someone that hurt me. And I'm a lot stronger than a weak man. They started low, then they went up to 10 million, then they went up to 12 million, then they wanted to give me a house, then they wanted to give me a New York apartment, then they wanted to do all these things to make me, I mean, that in itself, $12 million to not talk about this relationship that you posted on Instagram that was so beautiful and you had so much love for me. What the fuck are you hiding, dude? What are you scared of? Like, and also everything that's already on the internet is enough. But I mean, I went through literal narcissistic emotional abuse for a year, and he made me believe everything was my fault. He isolated me for my whole entire life. He wouldn't let me be who I wanted to be. He made me hate everything that I loved about myself. He broke me down and then made me feel like he was all I had left. And he just kept repeatedly beating me down and beating me down.
Suddenly goes to New York City and throws a pop-up show and stops answering me. And just completely is just 180 from, babe, I can't make your tour because I really want to just be home and be here and be present and relax, to, okay, I'm not going to come to your tour, but I'm going to go have a pop-up show in New York City. I'm going to stay out all night for all these days and not answer you. And then I'm going to text you when you're on your biggest tour that you've done, and say, actually, I can't do this anymore, out of nowhere. It's hard to even look back on because I'm halfway through my tour and it's fucking awesome. And like, obviously every day I'm wishing he was there, like how I showed up for him. But I respected that he just wanted to be home because I understood that he had a hard year. I'm just in my hotel room like, what the f***? I'm like, do I fly back? Do I like try to talk to him? What is happening? It was just so out of nowhere. And for why, I don't know. Had that thrown on me while I was on tour was awful. And I got through it. I got through the tour, like barely, and I flew home and I'm like, no way this is no way this is happening, right? Like, I'm gonna go home and it's gonna be like, no, this isn't what's happening. And I get home from 3 weeks on the road of nonstop travel, and it's pretty much like, hey, it's time to move out. I'm like, what? Can we like talk about this? Not even that I want to figure it out. Like, can we have a conversation about what's happening? Because I'm fucking lost, bro. Did we not just build a life together in where I grew up? Did we not just talk about constantly every day getting married and kids? Did we not make video diaries for our children every day? I go away for 2 weeks to give myself a little bit of something, and I come home and it's pack your bags. I drove home and I like came to terms with it, and I just like surrounded myself with friends and family and like fucking cried to them. And I think like 3 or 4 days went by and I get a call from him like it was all a mistake, and like, I need you right now, like, he's going through his own shit, and he's like, I need you to come back. Like, I'll come to you. Like, I'm sorry. And like, I foolishly was like, okay, like, I'll fucking come back. I'm embarrassed of that. But like I said, when you love somebody, right? I also want to blame myself a lot for this.
The last year of my life has been the hardest year of my life, like dealing with the abuse from this dude.
I kept showing up when I shouldn't have.
I'm still scared right now because I'm like scared of him still. My brain's rewired, like
Slowly watched the light fade from my fucking eyes. It's really sad to watch.
lost myself throughout this whole relationship. It's very evident. You can see it throughout social media. I don't even recognize myself anymore. I was completely isolated from my family, from my friends, from work. He just took me out of my life. It was awful.
I get home from 3 weeks on the road. It's pretty much like, hey, it's time to move out. I get a call from him like, it was all a mistake and I need you right now. Okay, I'll fucking come back. I'm embarrassed of that. But that's also why I say this is like partially my fault because I let myself be treated that way.
I kind of blame myself. I'm like, why did I stay? There's no answer.
You hear that from victims a lot. I mean, it's like, why would you stay? It's so awful, but that's emotional abuse.
American actor Amy Hammer admits to being a D to women. On the Louis Theroux podcast, Amy Hammer didn't hold back. He didn't sugarcoat. He admitted to treating women poorly in the past, calling himself selfish, inconsiderate, even a cunt. He said bluntly, I used people to make me feel better. He described those relationships like this. People were sort of like my bags of dopamine with skin on them. You make me feel amazing. We'll have this whirlwind romance and then I'll move on. This is classic love bombing followed by sudden withdrawal. He acknowledged his behavior. Does it make me a D? Absolutely. But he pushed back on the idea of that being criminal. That isn't illegal, he said. A little bit about him. Hammer was once a rising star. Call Me By Your Name, The Social Network, the whole deal. But in 2021, a storm of allegations erupted. Sexual assault claims and disturbing fantasies leaked via text messages derailed his career. The LAPD investigated, but no charges followed due to insufficient evidence. Now, he's confronting it publicly, framing his misdeed as emotional malpractice, not criminal behavior. Despite the backlash, Hammer says the ordeal shook off years of ego and pretense. He spent recent years caring for his dying father, recentering his priorities, reconnecting with his children, and learning to love himself on his own terms. It's very obvious that the problem is with him. He claims this fall was the greatest thing that ever happened. The crash that scrubbed away external validation and forced real personal growth.
There were also other women coming forward saying, he took advantage of me as well, or we were involved in sex that didn't feel comfortable as well, or
all of those things were also investigated by the LAPD. A lot of this, I think, was put very well, where they said, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. And by the way, I'm very quick to admit that I was selfish and inconsiderate and an asshole and a cad, and I used people to make me feel better. People were sort of like my bags of dope with skin on them, you know? You make me feel amazing, so I'm gonna throw everything into this and we're gonna have this whirlwind romance and I'm gonna whisk you up and we're gonna go on trips and we're gonna do all this and then I'm gonna bring you home and I'm gonna go, thanks so much, that was great, and then I'm gonna move on. And then I would go do something almost exactly the same with someone else. And I left a lot of people in that wake very angry at me for my behavior, which, by the way, was asshole behavior. There's no way around that. But swooping someone up, love bombing them, being the term that we use now, and then dropping them off and moving on, you know, is it asshole behavior? Absolutely. There's no way around that. Does it make me a dick? Absolutely. Like, I have no problem admitting that. I was a dick, but that's not illegal.
Obsession and attachment isn't meant for toxic relationships only. Healthy relationships does lead to attachment and obsession. Let's have a look at Adele's recent relationship. She said she is obsessed with Elle. In September 2022 cover story with Elle, Adele didn't hold back. She said, "I've never been in love like this. I'm obsessed with him." The couple, who began dating publicly in mid-2021, have clearly hit a next level of love. She also opened up about wanting more kids and reconciling her role as a homemaker and a creative artist. "I definitely want more kids. I'm a homemaker and a matriarch, and a stable life helps me with my music." But for now, she's laser focused on her career, especially nailing her Las Vegas residency. But it's clear that her heart is centered around stability and love. Adele and Elle first came into public view together at the NBA Finals game in 2021 July, with their relationship confirmed on Instagram by the fall of that year. Adele shared that Rich has met her son. She called their bond easiest relationship she has ever had, one that is incredible, open-hearted, and healing. She said that through this relationship, she finally learned to love herself again and created space where love feels secure and effortless. While Adele hasn't confirmed an engagement, she's dropped hints that makes it feel imminent. At a concert at Munich in August 2024, when a fan proposed marriage, she replied, "I can't marry you. I'm already getting married," while flashing her left hand. She also spoke about expanding her blended family. Rich comes with 3 kids, Adele has 1, and she is openly hopeful they will grow that piece of their life together. It is very important for you to understand the playbook men use to get women obsessed, so you can easily identify their tactics, their emotional hook, and when you do, kindly remove yourself from that equation to avoid hurting yourself. Please let me know what you think about this video in the comment section, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.